Fugays, what's up? What it do? What's wrong? What's good? Today we are doing a Q&A. I'm gonna ask you all what questions you have for me. So we're gonna get into those, but we're gonna make it a little interesting. I'm gonna make some chocolate covered pretzels because that's one of my favorite snacks. So I am doing this based on what I remember. I'm not following a recipe. We are freeballing this. Let's get into it. And yes, I wash my hands. First question, celebrity crush. I actually don't have one.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now.
I used to. Dang, you can see the ring light in my glasses. That's okay, we need to see. Anyway, I used to, but like when I was younger. But my thing is that I just feel like a lot of celebrities that I would technically have a crush on, maybe, are people that I would probably end up working with. Halt. I lied. I do have one. Okay, Mike Feist. However, I do have a few TikTok crushes. Some people know who they are. And for those that do, good for you, pal. Dream collab. Let me actually start making stuff. Dream collab. Oh wait, I didn't even show the ingredients. Ingredient time! So I already showed you all the pretzels. We have regular pretzel twists, regular pretzel sticks, coconut oil, chocolate chips, and a chocolate bar. We have 2 bags of chocolate chips, so I shouldn't need the chocolate bar. Okay, so dream collab. I personally I would love to be on Brittany. Like, I don't know if you guys know Brittany Broski. Brittany Broski has a show called The Royal Court, and I want so badly. I would love to be in the Royal Court. Like, dream guest. Hold on, I'm gonna go microwave this. All right, we're back. We got our melted chocolate chips. We're gonna add some coconut oil, maybe like a spoonful. But as I was saying, I would love to be on Brittany Broski's Royal Court. It seems like, oh my gosh, wait. Oh my gosh, wait.
One eternity later.
We got it open. Okay, so as I was saying, it just seems like a really fun thing to be a part of. Also, Brittany is just supreme. She's hilarious.
Hail Supreme Leader Broski. We are honored by your presence. Please leave us under the Christmas tree lots of presents.
1 spoonful should be enough, right? I'm gonna just save this spoon for the coconut oil. So Brittany's Royal Court and Quinlan Blackwell. Okay, I just want to be on that cooking show so bad. I mean, Exhibit A, like, Quinn, put me up there. Please and thank you. I've literally watched like her and Larry and Issa and so many people since I was a kid on Vine, even though they're not that much older than me. Anyway, yeah, I would love to be on that cooking show. It's so entertaining. It's so funny. I think we'll be cutting it up. I feel like the two of us, we would get along really well in the sense of like, we're both very goofy. I think that she's a little more unhinged than I am. But I do think she reminds me of one of my other friends. But I do think that we would get along really, really well. Okay, so the next question asked what my favorite song was. Also, we are doing pretzel sticks now. My favorite song right now it's been on repeat since like January is Are You Looking Up by MKG. I don't know what it is about this song. I just love it, bro. I indirectly got put on to it by Noah Beck. Love his content, by the way. Noah Beck, love you. You're awesome. But yeah, I got put on to that song by him because it was on one of his posts. And I was like, ooh, I like the sound of that. So it's been on repeat ever since then. So come time for Spotify Wrapped, it will definitely have been played like 100 times or more. This one asks if I have any tattoos. I do not, actually. I have gotten like Inkbox tattoos before. Inkbox, sponsor me, please. Please! Please! I have definitely gotten Inkbox tattoos before. Okay, here's the thing about tattoos. I want some, but the pain. I don't want the pain. I don't like needles. I don't even like getting my blood. Well, nobody likes getting their blood drawn. I don't rock with needles, bro. And every time I even like consider, maybe I actually will get a tattoo. I'll end up on my For You page on TikTok with a random close-up video of someone getting a tattoo. And I'm like, no. So I think that's maybe the universe telling me it's not that time. You know, it's not that time. I really do want tattoos. I know I want to get some like in reference to my siblings. Because they're my babies. I don't know specifically what I would do, so I'm trying to think of like some type of symbolism. We were all born, like the three of us were born in different seasons. So it's me, my little sister, my little brother. We were born in different seasons. So I'm thinking about maybe doing something like a symbol for each season maybe. I do know if I were to get a tattoo, I would also definitely do a semicolon tattoo. For anyone who doesn't know what a semicolon tattoo means, it's for people who were once suicidal. Which I was. Basically, the whole semicolon thing is like, a semicolon is when you could have ended a sentence, but you didn't. So the tattoo is like, you could have ended your life, but you didn't. So it's just like a reminder of, you know, staying strong, staying here. You really never know what somebody's going through, okay? I know it's a rough world out here. There's a lot of stuff going on, and a lot of people are not always the best or the nicest, but try to find it in your heart to just spread something good, you know? So we just need a little bit more light, you know? Not a little bit, a lot more light. I really think that we could use a lot more of that, you know? I think sometimes we get caught up in like, I don't even know, man. It's hard out here. I mean, we're all human, but there are some people who forget that, and I think sometimes we get caught up in like returning the hate, but sometimes it's just like, there are a lot of, I don't know where I'm going with this. There are a lot of really hurt people out there, man. And sometimes somebody just needs, like, even though it might not change their actions entirely, sometimes people just need like a little bit of love, you know, to maybe water down that hate a little bit, you know, like a little drop of water might not put out the fire, but it helps a little bit. Just try to, in some way, shape, or form every day, just try to spread something kind, something good to somebody. You're making a difference, I promise you. You really are. Most used emoji would have to be the cartwheel emoji. I use that all the time for everything, and the crying emoji. So the next question is, favorite artists and how have they impacted your life with their music? So my favorite artist currently is Cleo Sol. I listen to her for everything. From sad, Cleo Sol. Happy, Cleo Sol. Stressed, anxious, Cleo Sol. Her voice, like she's, sorry about that, guys. I hurt my thumb. As I was saying, her voice is just so ethereal, and it's like really comforting and just calming. I don't know. She just calms my spirit. But yeah, she's my favorite artist. I also forgot to mention another collab that I would love is the Sterniolo triplets. We're the same age. They are so freaking funny, bro. And I can finally tell them apart. It took me a little while. It took me like 3 video watches or whatever. But I finally figured it out. Quick little intermission. I'm gonna go heat this up real quick. So yeah, Chris, Matt, Nick, if you wanna collab, you know, you're looking for like new small creators, I'm your girl. Biggest life lesson? I don't really know if I have a biggest life lesson. Something that I have been living by though recently. Choose the people that choose you back. I cannot stress this enough. Choose the people that choose you back, bro. I think sometimes like we have people in our life that we really want to be a part of, want to have a part of our life, have in our life. But sometimes you have to accept and acknowledge that those people are not choosing you back. Whether that be friends, family, whoever, whatever. And the reason I say whatever is like, even if it's not people, just like things that are not necessarily choosing you back. Like if something is genuinely not meant for you and you can tell it's not meant for you. Maybe it's not meant for you ever, and maybe it's not meant for you at this point in time. Be able to have an understanding and be willing to let things go, because you know the saying, when one door closes, another one opens. So you never know what you might be blocking when you're holding on to these old, you know, whatever. For me personally, it was just like kind of difficult. Like, okay, not difficult, but like I needed that reminder, because there were like people in friendships that I was holding on to where it's like, obviously I'm not as important to you as you are to me. That's okay. That's your prerogative. This is my prerogative. I'm gonna have to take a step back. You know, and it is what it is. It happens. No bad blood. Doesn't mean you have to have like beef with that person and just like have a bad falling out. Sometimes you just, you know, you just fall off or you just grow apart, and that's okay. Choose the people and things that choose you back. Look at how smooth this is. Like, wait, oh my gosh, I'm trying to balance it. This should be the thumbnail. Next question is favorite Broadway show. I am so glad, you guys. For those who know me, know that I love Hamilton. Now, for my big theater people, not too much on me, okay? I know that there are a lot of other iconic musicals. I know that people really hype up Hamilton, as they should. However, I personally am a big history girly, okay? I really, really like history. Really, like, I like, that was one of my favorite subjects growing up in school. And so to mix that with a musical, which I also freaking love, was just like, wow. I will admit, I was really iffy about watching it at first, because when I first found out, like when I first heard about it, I didn't know much about it. So I just knew that they made a musical about the founding fathers, and so I just thought it was gonna be like a typical musical. No, it was a hip hop musical. And then I was reintroduced to the man that we now know as, Lin-Manuel Miranda. Lenny, love you! When I was in 9th grade, it came to my city, and I know people were so hyped about it. I was like, what is Hamilton? And then during the pandemic, it came out on Disney Plus, and I was like, oh, what's this? And I finally watched it, and my life was changed. I have lost count of how many times I have watched it. I've watched it several times on Disney Plus. Don't know how many times. I've gotten a chance to see it on Broadway. There's actually a vlog about that if you'd like to go check that out. Very blessed to have gotten that opportunity. And I also ended up seeing it. One of my friends had tickets my senior year of high school, because Hamilton came back to my hometown my senior year. So that was also really awesome. I love that musical. I listen to it not as much as I used to. I still listen to it a lot. It's been on my Spotify Wrapped for years now. I realize now, like now that I really know like about Lin and stuff like that, when I rewatch old stuff, I see him why is he everywhere? He's in Modern Family, he's in Electric Company. I loved Electric Company as a kid, and I used to love the little rap segment they had. I rewatched it like a year ago and realized, oh, that's Lin-Manuel Miranda. But yeah, Hamilton is definitely one of my favorites. And the Tony performance, 8, more ways than one. Very clever, very, very much magnificent, spectacular, all of the above. Anyway, I also love In the Heights, Shrek the Musical. Oh my gosh, I love Shrek the Musical. Down! I love Shrek the Musical. I love Hadestown. Gracious. I love Hadestown. I want to see it again. But I know they're filming the pro shot with the OBC. I don't know if they finished it. I think they finished it already, but they filmed a pro shot of the original cast, and I'm so excited to watch that. I got to see that in my hometown as well, and that was like one of the best. Oh my gosh, I love Hadestown. It's so good because I already really like Greek mythology, so to see a musical about Greek mythology was pretty cool. So you see there's a theme here. Musicals mixing with things I really like, kind of work out for me. I also really liked Sound of Music as a kid. Very nostalgic, and it's so funny how Julie Andrews is just like in so many things I loved as a kid, like The Sound of Music, Princess Diaries, Bridgerton. Although we don't physically see her in Bridgerton, it's still cool that she's like technically in the cast and stuff. Obviously in the cast because she's the voice of Lady Wollstone, but yeah, I think that's really awesome. Oh, I loved The Wizard of Oz as a kid. That was one of my all-time favorites. The Wizard of Oz and Sound of Music. I also really liked Cats as a kid. We had it on VHS. Yes, I'm that old and young at the same time. However, I could not tell you what Cats is about or who any of the characters were. Don't remember much about Cats at all. I just remember they were different colors and they lived on the street or something. But yeah, those are my favorite musicals. Favorite show and favorite movie. So glad you asked. My favorite show, as most people know, is Bridgerton. I love that show. Down. Okay, you start talking to me about Bridgerton, I'm gonna talk right back and I will be yapping for a good minute. Also, I'm trying to figure out if Julia Quinn was at my job like a week ago, because there's a woman who came in, looked just like her. And I normally strike up conversations with customers, but this woman in particular, towards the end when I was ringing her up, I was like, hey, do you watch Bridgerton by chance? And she was like, yeah, is there a new season already? Like, you know? And I was like, no, not yet. However, you look just like the author. And she was like, oh, I didn't even know there was an author. I was like, yeah, her name's Julia Quinn. And she was like, my name's Julia. Now, she looked like there was just something subtly, I don't know what it is. There was like some type of subtle difference where I was like, okay, it's probably not her, but she looks just like Julia Quinn. And it could have been her trolling me. I don't know. But Julia Quinn, if that was you, you did a great job because you had me fooled. But that was really cool and really weird because her name was also Julia. But yeah, I love Bridgerton down. I could yap about that mess for hours. That's one of my favorite shows ever, if not my favorite show. Would love to be on it. I specifically envision myself as like Lady Danbury's granddaughter or like niece or something that she's sponsoring for the season. I think there's great opportunities for that. See, I'm gonna start yapping. I'll break that down in another video. Okay, y'all know what? I'm a yapper, so I'm gonna get into it as fast as I can. Basically, right? Lady Danbury has, okay, so this is a spoiler for book people, right? Because Bridgerton is also a book series, right? I have not read Gregory and Hyacinth's books yet. However, in Hyacinth's book, her love interest is Gareth St. Clair, which is Lady Danbury's grandson, right? Stay with me. Stay with me. There, I think I could step in as one of her grandkids. Now, she has said in Queen Charlotte, she said that she has four, well, we all know she has four kids? Yeah, she has 4 kids, right? And in Queen Charlotte, the prequel, she's like, oh yeah, my children have moved continents away from me. I could be from anywhere. The writing, like, there's so much you can do with that. There's so much you can do with that. So much potential with that storyline in itself, right? I think I would be a great addition to the Bridgerton cast. It seems like such an exciting, like, and like the way the actors have described the environment, it seems like a really healthy, you know, genuinely wholesome environment. And I just, when I watch little cast interviews and stuff like that, and they have little quizzes on the show, I get a lot of them, if not all of them, right. I really like Bridgerton, guys. But another one of my favorite shows, Interview with the Vampire. Oh my gosh. I genuinely had a dream about it yesterday because I was yapping about it to my sister. It's such a good show. And I love it. It's, oh my gosh. I'm so excited for season 3. Like, y'all don't understand. Rockstar Lestat, are you kidding me? Freaking Daniel Malloy and Lestat in the same room. We're gonna have a diva off. I was genuinely considering doing, this is a spoiler, so I'm not gonna really explain what the cosplay is, but I was gonna do a Claudia cosplay for a convention that I wanted to go to again this year. I went last year. It was my first ever convention that I cosplayed for, and I actually cosplayed as my dream role, which I'll get into in a second. Yeah. So I thought about, like, if I were to go this year, I would probably cosplay as a specific Claudia look from season 1 of Interview with the Vampire. However, I don't think I'm gonna go to it this year, but I think I definitely do want to like do that cosplay specifically down the line, because that scene, that whole like episode was crazy. I have not watched the movies and I haven't read the books yet. I'm considering reading the books. I know there's a lot, but I am a reader, so I might as well. And I do want to watch the movies eventually, but yeah, those are my 2 favorites. Some other shows I really like are New Girl. That's one of my comfort shows. New Girl and Jane the Virgin are my comfort shows. I binge watched Adults yesterday. I love that show so much. It better not get canceled. They better renew it for a season 2, bro. It better get renewed. I'm so tired of new shows that I really like getting canceled. Like last year, it was My Lady Jane. I love that. That was such an original and interesting idea. And then like the Nevers got canceled. Not Dead Yet got canceled. What else got canceled? Some other show I was really into. Hey, me again. Turns out the show I was talking about was Renegade Nell. So as you can see, there's a theme with magical realism. We need more of that. I digress. Like I need freaking adults to get renewed. It gives me such New Girl vibes, but like not in a more unhinged way, because New Girl was low-key unhinged too. And I love that show so much. But it's like a Gen Z version of New Girl. and I really like it. It's so real. It's so like, I don't know. I just really like it. That's definitely one of my new shows. But like top 2 shows are definitely Interview with the Vampire, Bridgerton, and Interview with the Vampire. Those are my shows, bro. I love them. I also really like What We Do in the Shadows. I actually got to meet Harvey, who plays Guillermo, at the convention I went to last year, and he gave me some really cool acting advice. And he's really sweet. I didn't get to meet Caven, who plays Nandor, because his line closed, but I stood next to them, and I went to their little like not round table talk, their little like freaking, what is the talking thing, the panel. I went to their panel. That was really cool. It was just so like freaking surreal to see them in person. I also saw Matthew Lillard in person, but didn't get to meet him because his line got capped. Dag nabbit. That's okay. So What We Do in the Shadows is also one of my favorites. Oh, I love Abbott Elementary. What We Do in the Shadows and Abbott Elementary, my 2 favorite mockumentaries. I really want to be in one. I definitely want to be in Abbott Elementary. Quinta, hi. Hey, I would love to be a part of your show. I could be so many different things, you know. I could be a teacher's aide. I could be a new age teacher that just got out of college. I could be so many things, okay? Maybe even a reoccurring character. Let me know. Call me, DM me, email me, whatever you need to do. Let me know. Put me in there, please. So Quinta, Shonda, I see you, you see me. Let's work together. Let's work together. Yes, those are my shows. I'm trying to think what else I'm really into. I think those are like my main shows. I do watch Superstore as well. I watch a lot of different like random shows, but those are my mains, I would say. I will add, since having filmed this, I did binge The Good Place. I started it years ago, I think sometime during the pandemic, I want to say, but never finished it. I was still on season 1, like episode 2 probably. And I binged it the past, I think in July and August. Loved that show down. It was so beautiful. Had me sobbing. Like, it was lovely. So I think that's one of my other top shows as well. I do like High Potential. Most of my, Outer Banks. There are a lot of shows that I'm waiting for, like the next season of. And I thought it was really ironic. So I'm waiting for Bridgerton season 4, Outer Banks season 5, Interview with the Vampire season 3. What's the other one? Abbott Elementary, I think season 5. Yeah, we're on season 5. So like, I think the numbers are kind of funny. High Potential season 2. Like, you see the little order that's going on. So a lot of my favorite shows, like I'm waiting on the next season. But Outer Banks, bro. Let's just say I have a lot of favorite characters. That show is very near and dear to my heart. It stressed me out. So like when I first started watching it, I took like a year-long hiatus from season 1 until season 2 came out, and then I started watching it all over again. That show stressed me out so bad. However, as much as it stresses me out, it's really like real to me, because I am the same age as the characters. So like when the show came out, the characters were like 16, 17. I was 16, you know, during the pandemic and stuff like that. I just turned 16, like like a few days before the official lockdown was enacted. But yeah, so it's like I have grown up with these characters, and I'm not gonna get into spoilers, but it's just so crazy. Like, yeah. But I love Outer Banks. I'm looking forward to that as well. I have not watched Stranger Things. I haven't gotten far enough into it. I just watched so many different things. I really do need to start watching Stranger Things because it genuinely seems like something I would enjoy watching. Because I really like sci-fi and like, I like a lot of different genres, but I do like sci-fi and like things that have a lot of hidden details, a lot of mystery and stuff like that going on. But yeah. So there's that. Those are my favorite shows. Favorite movie would definitely have to be Intergalactic, the Kid Cudi movie. I don't know what it is. It's the animation, I guess, and the soundtrack. It's just, I love it. And that was on my Spotify Wrapped for like 2 years straight too. Don't know what he put in that movie, but it was just really wholesome. I really liked it. I love that movie. It's so cute. Like, where's my Jabari? Where's my Jabari at? Give me one. It's almost pretzeled out, guys. Oh, we're gonna need some more chocolate actually. We're running low. But so far so good. They're turning out really, really good. Okay, this next one says, if given $1 million in cash and free room and board, what would you do with it? I got y'all. Hold on, I gotta wash my hands again. I'm gonna be so real with y'all. I have been yearning to go to Europe, but especially Scotland. I don't know what it is about Scotland specifically, because there are a lot of places that I have been wanting to go for way longer than I wanted to go to Scotland. But something about Scotland is just calling to me. I don't know if it's like I have like ancestors or somebody from over there or that was there. I don't know. But there's something about Scotland specifically where I'm just like drawn to it. And it's already been like a place that I was kind of interested in going to. But like I've been so heavily drawn to it. It's really weird. But it's so interesting too. They have a lot of castles and like history there. So I think I would definitely like check out Scotland, like especially for the free room and board part. I definitely go to other places in Europe as well. Or just not just Europe, honestly. Like there are a lot of places. I wanted to go to Australia. I want to go to like parts of Africa. I want to go like the motherland. I want to go to a lot of places. Travel the world, darling. Especially as a history girly, I definitely want to travel to. I'm still learning the differences, but like I know the UK is like technically a separate thing from England. Not England per se, but like Britain, England, and the UK are apparently like separate entities, kind of. I don't really know or like I'd have to like look it up to be able to even explain it or fully understand. Dang it, I keep putting chocolate on the sink. Anyway, yeah, so yeah, this is a little chocolate pretzel. We're gonna add some sprinkles that I have. But yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, I could definitely see myself like traveling. Oh, history-wise, with the UK and stuff, I'm one of those people that's like interested in the knowledge of the Tudors and whatnot, like the Tudor era. So like Henry VIII and stuff like that. I stay learning so many like interesting things. It's really not entertaining, but like just as a history, like whenever I go to museums or like look at old artifacts and stuff like that, I'm like, there are people who used to use this, or there are people who wore this once, you know? There are people who once walked these halls and it was like their everyday thing. And sometimes I think about like in my house, like what if somebody were to walk through this house and it was like a museum, you know? Like it's so interesting. Yeah, I definitely want to go to like those castles and like those estates where they lived and stuff like that. And there are different statues of like, I don't know if there's a statue of Jane Seymour. I know there's stuff for Anne Boleyn, because I think she's the most well known out of the six wives. I know a couple of their names. We have Catherine, I think it's Catherine Parr, Anne Boleyn, Jane Seymour. Is Jane after Anne? Yeah, Jane, then Catherine Howard. I'm missing two. Okay, so basically, I had it wrong. It was Catherine Parr was his last wife. She's the one who survived. So it goes divorced, beheaded, died, divorced, beheaded, survives. Catherine of Aragon, Anne Boleyn, Jane Seymour, Anne of Cleves, Catherine Howard, and then Catherine Parr. So that reminds me, Six the Musical is really good as well. It was a little bit different than I expected. I thought it was going to be kind of like Hamilton, in the sense like obviously it's a historical musical. Obviously I didn't think it was going to be like a hip-hop thing, but I did think it was going to be like Hamilton in the sense of like the way it's set up, but instead of hip-hop it's pop. But it was more like a concert, but it was still really like I still really enjoyed it. It was really interesting. But yeah, Six the Musical is really good too. Let me see. Yeah, so that's what I would do with my $1 million. I would definitely save a lot too, because in this economy. But yeah, I would definitely want to check out Scotland. What do you want to have accomplished by the age of 60? That's a good question. I want to have a lot accomplished. I want to have definitely a lot of generational wealth. What did Beyonce once say? My great-great-grandchildren are already rich. That's the type of level I'm trying to be on. I definitely want to have pursued my dreams and my goals and my aspirations and encourage others to do the same. I want to, not have inspired, but like continuously have inspired people. Am I making sense? Continuously have inspired people. Man, I want to do a lot of things. Have traveled a lot of my bucket list places, accomplished a lot of goals. I'm trying to think of like a more in-depth answer than just surface level stuff. But I want to have like a really healthy family dynamic. If I end up having children, I really want them to like be able to pursue their dreams and goals and aspirations too. Have my own home. There's a lot. I don't want to yap y'all's ears off, but yeah, there's a lot of different things I really want to have achieved by 60. But I know overall, genuine happiness, like not just contentment, but like genuine happiness and like joy for where I am, where I've been, and where I'm going. I want not only live my life when I'm older, but live it now. Like I don't want to wait until I retire or whatever to finally start living my life. I want to know that I not only like at that time have been living my life, but also currently, you know, like I want to make both older and younger me proud. This is more so current me, but also older me. I think because we're the same person. Like we're different people, but we're the same person. So when I speak for her, I guess I speak for me too, if that makes sense. But yeah, I completely forgot to mention this, but my dream role, I have mentioned this actually before, I think. Jill Carlisle, the Crimson Avenger. She's not a well-known, as far as I can tell, not a well-known character. But when you look her up, there's like a lot of comic book fanatics and stuff like that who talk about her. And when I went on TikTok, there was only one other person who had cosplayed as her aside from me. So that was cool. Actually, that's a good sign. Anyway, that's my dream role because nobody really knows who she is. Her comics were discontinued, so there's a lot of potential with that. Anyone who like wants to make a new DC story, make some more DC type shows, movies. I feel like a show would be like really a little more in depth. I don't know, but maybe a movie too. I don't know. Anyway, I'm your girl. She looks like me, dude. Like. And there's just so much you can do with her character because her comics were just continues. There's a lot you can do. Her comics were not, in fact, continued, actually. She has rare appearances from time to time. However, they're still rare, and there's still so much that can be done with her story. So sign me up! Sign me up! I do definitely, I'm trying to get her comics. I don't think she has any of her own specifically. I know that, where am I gonna put this? I know that she is featured in a couple of other ones. And she's not the first Crimson Avenger, there's another one. So the story goes, from what I can remember, the story goes that basically Jill is an attorney, and I don't recall if the case was personal to her or not, but basically she was defending a victim. And so basically I'm forgetting all the terms. Basically the person who was guilty was found not guilty. So what did Jill do? She went to the antique store. And what did she buy? She bought 2 pistols. She bought 2 pistols that she didn't know at the time, but were the original Crimson Avengers, right? Belongs to the original Crimson Avenger, who was this, I want to say like this older blonde guy. I don't know much about his character either. But yeah, so she buys these 2 pistols and basically she goes after that person that she knew was guilty and she kills him. And what she didn't know, as I said, was that those pistols belonged to the Crimson Avenger originally. So she is cursed with the, I guess, goal to basically seek vengeance for people who couldn't have done it themselves. So she'll go, I think she like travel, oh man, how does it go? I want to say she travels to wherever like the guilty person is and ends up being able to kill them. She's cursed with like a consistent bullet wound in the center of her chest. She can't die. Like if she does die, she comes back to life. She's immortal. What else? She wears a band, like what is it called? Not a scarf. It's like a bandana but for your eyes. Why am I losing? Blindfold. She wears a blindfold. I don't know why. Basically, that's her. Her thing is to seek vengeance. So she's more like an anti-hero. And I actually found her because I really have always wanted, like, I've wanted to be in a lot of different genres, but something I definitely want to do is play a preferably like an anti-hero. I do want to be like in a superhero type villain type vibe. If I'm gonna be a villain, I want to be a reasonable villain. Like a villain that's not really a villain, basically an anti-hero, right? I really sympathize with anti-heroes and stuff like that. But yeah, I was looking for different like heroes and stuff like that are black, that haven't necessarily been played before. Like I found characters like Bumblebee from DC or like Storm from Marvel, stuff like that. But Jill Carlisle, I was like, I've never heard that name before. Let me see who she is. And I learned about her, and she seems really cool, and she has locks, and she looks like me. I don't look like her, she looks like me. It's me! It's me! So if you can hide me. But yeah, that's my dream role. I would 100% love to play her. I don't know why I started talking. I think it's because I mentioned something about it earlier, and I meant to follow up with it. Anyway, y'all see how my mind gets sometimes. Thank you so much for stopping by. This was so much fun. I had a great time. See you again next time. Toodles!
It's my life. Thank you so much for spending time with me. I hope you enjoyed it, because I know I did.
Thank y'all again for supporting me, and I've been wiping this same spot for the past like however long I've been yapping. More content coming soon. I love y'all. Thank you for being here. This was fun. I definitely want to do more little cooking videos, and maybe some that don't involve me just standing in one spot the whole time. And I also want to have like little guest stars and stuff like that. But until we meet again, stay kind, stay blessed, be kind to one another, be kind to yourselves, love one another, love yourselves, and know that I love you. Until we meet again, I love you. Take care, be kind, be safe. Mwah. Ease.